why is your chat not popping up? What the heck? I literally put the freaking chat box thing in. What the frick is happening? Quick. Hello. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. I was like, how? I have to color correct you. How do I do that again? I already forgot. I think it was this. I'm like supposed to like fiddle around with this until it kind of fits the hue of the room. That kind of fits the hue of the room. Sure. Surely. Hi. Hi everyone, welcome. Welcome to Monday, the most beautiful day, the most wonderful time of the year, with the jingles belling and something is selling with monstrous cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I don't actually remember the lyrics to that at all. But hello! I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I hope that you guys had a wonderful, wonderful day at work. Or if you weren't at work like me today, I took the day. Well, I didn't take the day off. I said I'd work from home and use some of my sick leave at the same time. But I still did stuff. Just not as much. It's a beautiful evening. What do I mean by that? Just that it's evening. Now, do I think it's a beautiful evening? I can't really tell you. I didn't go outside a lot today. It wasn't a very beautiful morning, but that's alright. I feel like every morning nowadays is really rainy. So, I can't really tell you if it's beautiful. Exactly what you did today. Oh my god. Are you also sick, Conclaver? Still in a uni lecture. Ew! Disgusting. I hate lectures. I like round table type of classes. Like the ones where like, what do you call? Like, the types where everyone is talking the whole time and discussing instead of a lecture. I think lectures are some of the worst disgusting parts of school. I got sick yesterday as well. Yeah, so the thing is, I think I got sick because I went to a friend's birthday dinner on Monday last week. But I'm not sure. But I think it's a flu because I think it's a mild version of the flu just because of the symptoms, which I don't think are common with colds because I haven't really had any like sniffling and sneezing problems except for when I have my allergies, which is not every single day. But I don't have a fever, but I have like a lot of body aches and chills and like I have like a headache. So I assume it's that because I didn't get my flu shot yet, which might have been probably is my fault. I was waiting to get my flu shot when I go home because normally my mom and I go together every year to go get our COVID shot and our flu shot together. Just slept on the bed and then I got sick. Oh my god, really? That sucks. I'm sorry. I just like take medication every 4 hours and then I feel a little bit better. What is it called? There's no shame in taking medication. I have a lot of friends who are very anti like cold medicine, but I'm very like, if I get sick, I'm gonna take cold medicine. I don't like toughing stuff out. I'm a baby. I'm like a full-on wimp. I'll take like Dayquil and then I'll wait 4 hours and then I'll take ibuprofen and then I'll wait 4 hours. I'll take aspirin and I'll rotate them because when I had my kidney stone 3 years ago, I think 2 to 3 years ago, I had a kidney stone and the doctor was like, you shouldn't take ibuprofen one after the other. You should switch it out with aspirin because it's better for your liver. And I said, okay. So I always switch them back and forth when I take them for something because of that doctor. Am I getting enough rest? That's funny. Do you perform warm weather? Yes. Do people perform? Do people prefer cold weather? Actively? Like, is that a normal thing? I've never preferred cold weather. I'm very, what do you call? I'm like an extremely cold, like, person. Like, my hands are always cold, my feet are always cold. And, like, I get cold, like, when I used to, where I grew up, it was normally, like, a warm weather place. And I have memories of, like, so back then, in the winter, it'd get to, like, somewhat of, like, a cold-ish, but, like, not cold. Like, it'd be, like, still hotter than 50 degrees, you know? It'd still be hotter than 50 degrees, but I would be wearing, like, a winter ski jacket on top of, like, a sweater on top of, like, a t-shirt sort of vibe. Like, I would be wearing, like, a bunch of cold weather stuff. And it'd be, like, what do you call? It'd be, like, I would wear it to school and look kind of insane. But it wouldn't be, like, it would never drop below, like, 50. Bruh. You wrote 24 Celsius and it, like, broke my brain. What the frick is 24 Celsius? That's not a freedom unit. What the frick is that? I've never seen a 24 Celsius before. I, like, read your 24 Celsius, I challenge you 24 Fahrenheit. 75, I would also consider 75 to be a little bit cold. Depending on if it's, like, a little breezy, you could definitely wear a thick jacket. No whispered ASMR for this cozy stream. This isn't an ASMR stream. If I'm gonna do ASMR, it'll be in brackets ASMR at the front part of the stream. 75 is warm for me. 75, you know, I think it depends on your mindset of what cold is. And, like, the general surrounding factors of the day. Like, if it's 75 degrees and humid, then I feel like 75 degrees could be cold or could be warm, right? But if it's 75 degrees, slightly humid, but then, like, there's a breeze, then it's cold because the breeze is cold. You know? I think my perfect temperature would be 79 degrees, mildly humid, very slight breeze. Like, not like an actual full breeze, like a slight breeze. You know? That would be like a perfect temperature. 75 is too warm. How do you want to be cold? Once it gets to 72, I'm like wearing a big jacket. Once it goes 72, I'm wearing big jacket. It's 45 degrees where I am. Yeah, it's kind of cold where I am too. So then what I wear is a sweater and a scarf and a jacket. But then when I take my dog out, just if he's going on a bathroom break, I wear shorts. I don't want to go. I don't want to pull out I don't have enough leggings and, like, sweatpants to, like, go outside. Every time I go outside, like, wear them. Because I don't want to get them dirty. So instead if I'm only going outside for a short period of time and I'm at home, then I'll wear shorts because I don't want to dirty my other pants. What is this? What is this? Sorry, this music sounds like... I think maybe I'm cursed. I'll hear, like, a background music, and if it sounds kind of like this, I literally think it sounds like freaking, like, do you hear this? I'm like, is that Dress to Impress? I'm like brain rotted. Wait, we cannot listen to that. I'm gonna be thinking about freaking... Can you imagine if we listened to that? I would have been thinking about freaking Dress to Impress the whole time. I'm like, I have like some sort of like actual rot in my brain because there are certain like patterns of notes that I'll hear and I'll just be like, that sounds like Roblox. And I don't like that about myself. That cannot be a thing. I cannot hear things and go, that's like Roblox. I barely play Roblox. I only play Roblox when my gen mates or like some of my friends want to play Roblox. And then I'll just like hear a sound outside, or someone will say something, or I'll hear like a reaction in the game, or I'll hear like a BGM thing that I put on in the background, and I'll be like, that's like a Roblox sound. And it makes me sad. I don't want to think anything sounds like Roblox. Though I will say, I've actively considered doing a stream with some of the girls in December of Silly Seal. We can call it Christmas themed game because it's winter. I think about Silly Seal all the time. I don't play Roblox, but Silly Seal is really fun. I like fishing games. And there are so few fishing games that bring me the same amount of joy as Silly Seal. It's so fun to play Silly Seal. They just walk around and clap their hands and have little things that they wear, and they just put the rod out and they fish the big fish. You know? Yeah! I sweat super easy, I have a hard time cooling off. Oh, I get cold. Like, my hands are freezing right now. And I'm like literally, I have my hands between my thighs. And they still kind of feel cold, but I'm pretty sure my leg is warm. Like, I wake up, even in the summer, if I wake up in a sweat, my hands still feel cold. You know? Do you guys not have that? Like, I think it might be like a circulation thing. Like, actively, it probably is a circulation thing. Because, like, I don't, what do you call? I think because, probably, first of all, it's genetic, probably. But then second of all, it's probably because I like, I have, like, breathing problems as well. And so, like, from my, like, asthma and, like, there's a lot of things that trigger it. And so, it probably is, like, poor circulation because of just my general ability to breathe. And then also just because of my genetics. Well, crazy Raz. Thank you for the super chat. Sounds like it, yeah, probably. I know because my mom has poor circulation and cold hands, and then my father had poor circulation and cold hands. But it's crazy because I think all of their siblings are more like warm. Most of my friends are warmer people. But they say, you know, cold hands, warm heart. I don't know why I did that. It didn't... I thought I'd be really funny, and then I said it out loud, and it didn't feel as cool as I thought it would feel. Maybe it was the way I said it. Maybe if I had said it cooler, it would have been, like, cooler. You know what they say... Cold hands, warm heart. So anyway, I speak English, and when I talk sometimes, I wish I didn't. Anyways, what is it called? I was, what is the, oh, right, I left the YouTube page open so I could see it. I was reading about, I was watching, I was not that cool. I was looking around YouTube last night for videos to watch, and I saw this documentary sort of style video about caviar. And it made me think about caviar because I didn't think I ever ate caviar, but then it had ikura, and I didn't know, is ikura actively a caviar? Like, is just salmon egg the type you'd get on sushi? Does that count as caviar? Have you guys eaten caviar? I always thought that caviar was like the black version of the eggs. Ikura, yeah, the salmon roe, the orange salmon roe that you get at the sushi. Like, so where is it? Caviar. This is something I've been thinking about. Like, oh, I guess it would be like, so I guess it's like from the images on the internet, it's like caviar sturgeon, caviar non-sturgeon. So it would be caviar, but it's non-sturgeon. Like, where is it? See? They've got the caviar sturgeon and the caviar non-sturgeon. Like, isn't that kind of crazy? I didn't know that it was considered technically a caviar. That the salmon, trout, and masago, that's all technically caviar. It's just not sturgeon caviar. But it makes me wonder how much better caviar actually is. Like, if does being born from a sturgeon really make you taste that much better? Like, how much better can being born from a fish that honestly kind of looks ugly? How much? Does being born from a slightly older and larger and a little bit uglier fish really make you taste that much better? The uglier the fish, the better the taste. It's just every time I see a sturgeon at the aquarium, I'm like, oh, that's special. How we talk about the caviar was literally the same. You were looking at the same one. Did you see the same YouTube video that I saw on my feed? Like, I was so confused when I saw that video last night. I was like, I didn't even know. But I love ikura. I think ikura, the orange looking one, I think that is like one of my favorite types of sushi. It is so amazing. It's like a fishy and salty popping boba. And it tastes amazing over rice. And so I was like thinking about it, and I was like, is caviar really that worth it? Is it like really that much better than just the sushi eggs that I eat? Like, could it really be worth tasting that? I've never once in my life considered wanting to eat caviar. I was always like, it just kind of looks really like it wouldn't taste good. Like, obviously the one that's orange and like I can see the dot of the little fish thingy on the inside, and it's commonly served. That must taste better than caviar because it's colorful and looks better. But then I saw that video and I was like, damn, is caviar really worth it? Should I make sure I try caviar before I die? Caviar is overrated and overpriced by market manipulation. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Market manipulation makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, there are a lot of things that I feel like got really overpriced. I will say, also, I was, it made me think about, if you guys watched Victorious, do you remember? There's like an episode, it's like the ping pong club scam. It was a season 1 episode where they go to a restaurant after then they use the school funds. Oh my god, 350! Hi! Howdy! 350, you have to watch Glee. I was watching So I was reading the Discord, and then you were like, guys, I don't know if I should watch Glee. And I was like, oh my god, if he shows up in stream today, I should tell him he has to watch Glee. So that he understands. It means more if I say it instead of reacting with the yes emote in the server. It's more peer pressure if I make it an announcement on stream. I like, what do you call? Oh my god, my arm joint hurts. Anyway, sorry. Imagine asking Kofi if you should watch Glee as if there'd be any other answer. Well, you know, if someone had vehemently in my stream said before, I hate musicals, I hate music, music is disgusting, every day I like to listen to pure silence, pure unadulterated silence, oh yeah, the only thing for me is silence, then I'd probably be like, yeah, I don't know if you should watch Glee, you don't even like music. But like, I feel like, I feel like if someone said that in my stream, I'd be like, I think you need medical help. Like, you don't like anything but silence? That seems like you have some sort of auditory processing issue that you should get checked out. So, yeah, I guess in a very rare case, maybe I would say don't watch Glee. You know? Thank you for the offer, Crybaby! Thank you, Emily, for the super chat! Are you excited for any big sales of Black Friday? I love sales so much, and they're my favorite thing in my world. I'm gonna go to the mall on Friday and have a blast. Then cry because of all the people. Oh my god. I love sales, and I have actively bought food that I didn't want because of sales. Because I'll go... So sometimes, when I'm really hungry, and I don't have anything left to cook, I'll order food, right? And when I go on food ordering apps, even if there's a food I actually went on the app that I wanted, if there's not a sale, I won't buy it. I only buy food on food ordering apps that are buy one, get one free deals. I will actively get something I don't really even want because the buy one, get one free deal is like phenomenally better. And then I'll just decide that when I get it that I like it. I'll be like, yes, this is actually what I wanted. And like, I mostly shop for groceries at Costco because it's cheaper. I just like a sale. There are many things I have in my Amazon shopping cart that I've been waiting for Black Friday to see if they go on sale. Specifically things that I want to add to the music room I have at home for when I'm there for Christmas. So like, I'm waiting to see if there's these mirrors that I want to put in the what do you call? There's these mirrors I want to put on the wall that so I can like practice dance. But mirrors, guys, mirrors are like surprisingly extremely expensive. Like, I feel like growing up you wouldn't think a mirror would be that expensive, but for some reason they're like really expensive, like astoundingly expensive. So I've been waiting to buy mirrors because I want to see if like they'll get cheaper because I don't really want to buy a mirror at full price. And then I also have for when I go home, I'm gonna bring the base stations I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. And I need to mount them on the wall in my stream room at home. So I want to buy a mount. And I'm waiting to see if that goes on sale. Basically, anything I have to ship home for when I travel back, I'm waiting to see if they'll go on sale on Black Friday so I can buy them and ship them to my mom before I go home so that I can unpack them when I get there. And I'm also going to probably end up looking, it's probably not going to be on Black Friday, but on Cyber Monday. I remember last year on Cyber Monday, a lot of mixing DAW extensions and audio plugins were on sale. So I'm keeping my eye out for posts about really good audio plugins that I could get for sale or on sale. And there's also a really nice dress company / skirt company I really like. But I don't buy stuff from it very often because it's very expensive. But if there's really good sales, I'll buy stuff sometimes. It's called Disturbia, and they sell like kind of more gothic, dark academia looking clothing. So I'll be looking at that website to see if there's like a sale when Black Friday happens as well. But I don't go shopping in Black Friday in person because there's too many people, and I didn't like it. Hi, Big Papa John! Wah! I like, what do you call? I went once, and the one time I went, I was like astoundingly hungover. Like, hungover in the bad way that like you would see in a TV show that they would like over exaggerate to make fun of someone. That's how hungover I was when I did that. Like, because I had that night before on Thanksgiving that year, I had drank like half a handle of rum. And it was a lot of rum. That's too much rum for some of, well, I was gonna say somewhat of my stature, but quite honestly, I think that's too much rum for anyone to drink. I don't think anyone should drink half a handle of any alcohol. I think that that's a really bad idea. You really shouldn't do that. Don't drink unresponsibly, everyone. But I drank like half a handle of rum the night before. And then, and I knew I had plans for Black Friday the next morning, but I was like, I'll sleep it off. You know? I woke up and my dad was like, Toka, wake up. We have, your friends are waiting for you. You gotta go. And cause he was driving me, cause I can't drive. And and I woke up when he said that, and I was like, oh my god, I'm still really drunk. And at the time, my parents didn't know that I drank alcohol, even though I was totally the right age to be doing that. And I waited for him to close the door, and I like staggered out of bed, and like I was like having a really hard time dressing because I was really drunk. And I went into like the bathroom, and I like tried to make myself throw up to see if it would sober me, and I couldn't make myself throw up, and I was like, oh no. But I feel so sick. And then I I washed my face. I kept slapping my face with cold water to help sober up. I was like taking like the water cup I use for like rinsing my teeth, and I was like drinking cup after cup of water, trying to make sure that I was hydrated enough to leave the house. And I like finally went downstairs, and he was like, are you okay? You look a little like pale. And I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm just really tired. I stayed up way too late. And he was like, okay. And I was like, yeah. And then he drove me there, and he was like, so are your friends here? And I was like, I'm just waiting on them texting me back. I'm just gonna go wait in the Barnes & Noble. And he was like, why don't I follow you into the Barnes & Noble so we can wait for your friends together? I don't really feel comfortable dropping you off and leaving you here without any supervision. And I was like, okay. Because I just wanted him to leave so you couldn't find out that I was drunk. But he followed me into the Barnes & Noble, and I kept trying to like go to different aisles so that he wouldn't watch me, because my parents growing up were very big helicopter parents, and I didn't want him to look at me for too long and figure out that I wasn't being normal. Then I was like, Dad, I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. So I went to the bathroom because then he couldn't follow me. But I couldn't stay for too long because then he was going to think there was something wrong with me. And so then I tried to make myself throw up again in the bathroom. But I couldn't do it. And I really wanted to because I felt like crap. And then I waited and I waited, and then he texted me and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm just having a little trouble. I'll be fine." And then I got out of the bathroom and I met up with him again. He's like, "Are you sure that you should go shopping with your friends today? It seems like you might be coming down with something." And I was like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm fine. I'm fine." And then finally my friends texted me that they were there, and I was like, "Thank God." And so I made him go home. I was like, "Don't message me. I'll be fine. And if I need anything, I'll message you. It'll be okay." And then he left me alone finally, and I met up with my friends. They were like, "Are you okay? You look kind of pale." And I was like, "You'll never guess this. But I'm kind of drunk." And they were like, "What?" And I was like, well, I drank a lot of alcohol last night, and it didn't go away." And they were like, "Oh." And I was like, "I'm fine though, so don't worry about it. It's okay. I'll be fine." And then like that whole day we were like Black Friday shopping, and once in a while I would literally feel like I was gonna throw up in a store. And it was absolutely horrible. In my head, I felt like I could feel like every step I took like went straight from through my feet to my brain, and it felt like a hit into my brain. Like someone was like stabbing my brain with their little fingers every time I took a step forward. It was horrible. And I and like once in a while I'd be like, "I feel like the world is spinning. I feel like I'm gonna fall over." And I would like grasp onto like the like shopping rails. And I went through the whole day until like 5 o'clock. And then my friends were like, instead of just being over with like the day, you know, because it's like you shop, and then like we had like food, and I like ate something really greasy. I think I got like some sort of burger or something. And then I still felt like crap, because even though I stopped being drunk, I went from the stage of being drunk still to being hungover. Within the time I was like hanging out with them, you know? And then instead of like stopping or hanging out at like 5, they were like, "Let's go to the movie theater." And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Oh, yeah, let's go to the movies." And so we went to the movie theater and we watched Penguins Madagascar. We watched the Penguins movie from Madagascar in theaters, and it was a really interesting experience being extremely hungover and watching the Madagascar Penguins movie, I'll tell you that. It was actually a pretty good movie, but it wasn't nearly as delightful as I think it would have been if I had been sober, I think. But I will say, being hungover and drinking an icy was like pretty good. I'll be honest, that icy really slapped, because like it was cold in like the best way, and it made my head feel better when I held the container to my head, and it tasted really good. I really enjoyed that. And I believe, what did I get? I got like so the theater that I went to had like what do you call it? The chocolate dipped strawberries. So I got chocolate dipped strawberries, and those also tasted really good. Because I normally don't get those when I would go to the theaters growing up, because they were expensive, but I was like, I deserve a treat because I feel like crap. So I got chocolate dipped strawberries, and that really felt nice. But I mean like I didn't really buy anything Black Friday shopping either, because like I just like I don't ever really find anything in person that I normally want to buy from like stores on Black Friday. I feel like a lot of the Black Friday sales like don't really have items that I would want to buy, and also a lot of stores don't really carry the type of clothes or like items that I want. And like, because I mean, we didn't really go to like the stores that I like shopping at. Like, I think the only one that we went to was that we went to like Hot Topic, which back then I would shop at Hot Topic. But like, I didn't go to like I didn't shop at Aeropostale or Oh, what are other shops that they'd have? American Eagle, or that one with the skaters shop at one of those stores. I don't shop there. Or Urban Outfitters. Like, I didn't really like dress in like florals and cute stuff like that until I was like in college. Like, I was definitely like a not like a goth, but more I dressed in like darker colors and stuff. Skater store, it's like, I think it starts with a Z, but I don't actually know what it's called. I don't really, but I had friends who shopped there. Is it like Zumba? That's a dance though. Zumba is like a dance fitness workout or whatever. But my friends really liked that store, so we shopped there. We went to like Bloomingdale's, even though none of us bought anything because we can't afford anything at Bloomingdale's, and like Zara's. Oh, Zoomies! Yeah, Zoomies. We went to the Doc Martens store and bought nothing, even though we liked Doc Martens. I love Doc Martens, but there's like a new brand that one of my friends told me about recently where I was thinking about buying shoes from there instead, because they said that like the quality of the boots are better, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, if the quality's better, I mean, that's just a deal. Then it's a deal, because I'm saving money, and I love saving money, because then I don't have to buy shoes as fast again. Guys, that like sound bite from that brain rot thing is still in my head. I don't know what to do anymore. Is this why people that get brain rot, like, they keep it in their brain? Because now anytime I like talk in my like nasally like joke voice, all I can hear is the freaking rub my belly, clean my belly. Why does this happen? How do I fix myself? What's wrong with me? I've come down with something. I don't know what to do. I don't want to be like that. Why is this happening to me? Like, why do I keep hearing, like, the 6'7" meme? Like, why do I hear the rub my belly meme? Why is it, like, ringing in my ears whenever I hear, like, it's like, I'm, like, some sort of, like, sleeper agent, and, like, every time I hear the trigger, it feels like I have to say it. It's crazy. I don't like it. I'm afraid there might not be a cure. You fix my finding something else to take its place, but I don't find things to take its place. I wait for one of my friends to introduce me to the meme, and then it puts it into my brain. Like, it takes me forever to get rid of some sort of random ass like brain rot thing, because I need someone else to like introduce me to a different one. Just replace the modern day brain rot with older 2000s memes? I don't even know what 2000s mean. What, like a bop it? Bop it. Pull it. Twist it. I don't know the last one. Is it slap it? I don't remember. I don't remember what the last one is. Bop it. Twist it. Pull it. I was like confused. I like, how many times today I would like hear a certain like audio like tone from like someone speaking in a YouTube video that I'd be playing in the background, and I'd feel like the strongest urge to say rub my belly, and I don't know why. I was like, this needs to stop. It feels like there's something wrong with me. I'm not used to this feeling. I'm not like this, I promise. I need like a compilation of different memes. I need to put something else there. That meme is so stupid. I don't like that one. It's like there was like a whole 3 weeks when I was like, what do you call it? The when like back when you and I were working on recording PPPP, I was like literally like all the time, because they do that don 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 saboru. I would just literally like, when I was going about my day, start being like don 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 saboru saboru saboru. I would just start saying it. I was like, oh my god, I cannot do this. This brain rot. Oh, disgusting. Debut premiere introduction launch. What debut premiere introduction launch? Do I have a debut to premiere introduction launch that I have to do? Hi, Brandon. Is there one that I'm forgetting about that you're remembering that I don't know? What are you talking about? Stop, bitch! Did you say it like 6, 7 times? Oh, the game. The game? What the game? Mambo. 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 Oh my god. Harikita Hika! Toko, what's 9 plus 10? Is this a... Is this a... Is this a... What? What is 9 plus 10? Is that a... Is that a dirty joke? Are you gonna make me say something bad? What does it mean? 9 plus 10? Is that a normal thing? Is that not 19? Is that bad? What? What do you mean 21? 9 plus 10 equals 6, 7? No, it doesn't. 9 plus 10 equals 21? What? How does that work? What are you talking about? What do you mean? What? 9 plus 10 is 19. When did that meme come out? Mambo Mambo. Oh, you know! I know every time I open up the Uma Musume, I hear a Bakshin song. But I don't ever sing Bakshin. Vine era. Oh, I hate to break it to you. I think Vine was literally like... I missed Vine. Vine, like, closed before I could join the Vines. Vine closed? Is that what you call it? It, like, shut down before I could really get into it. Have you played Agnes's Digital's career? No, but... I do not have Agnes Digital's career, but I do have her. I wanted to play... Tomorrow we'll play Hishi Akebono. Because Hishi Akebono is hungry. And it's Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving makes you hungry. Because you have to eat all the food so that people feel good about themselves. And you have to keep eating. Because then they go, you should have some more. And you're like, I think I'm pretty full. And they're like, no, 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 no. You need to eat some more. And you're like, oh my goodness. Okay. And you walk back. And you grab more food, and you eat more food, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm starting to feel a little weak, I'm eating too much food. And they're like, I think you need to eat more. And then you're like, oh. And then you go back and you get more food, and then you eat more food, and then you lie on the couch and you feel like you're gonna die. That's like the traditional Thanksgiving experience. Is it not? That happens to me every single time I go to Thanksgiving. And then I feel bad. Hungry, hungry. Early burly party. Let me check. I want to see this mambo. What is mambo? Mambo. Copy link. Mambo song. Mambo. Mambo, 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 mambo. Let's hear it. Come on, load. Play me mambo. 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 Shitty mambo. 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 Isn't this the horse that freaking Kyo really likes? Mambo. Mambo. Omatsuri mambo. Mambo. Cute. Harikita hiko! Sounds like any family gathering. It is. I mean... Ugh, my stretch. Accidentally made her a Mambo fan. Has she even played Mambo? Is Mambo playable? My favorite thing about Hiyori Mokami and Uma Musume is that she doesn't play Uma a lot. And she also, like when she's like, I like this horse, she's only picked horses that haven't debuted yet in a global. Which I think is such a funny thing to do. I'm like, you gotta pick some horses that are like playable right now. Because how else are you gonna enjoy the game? It's like if I was only like, I still only like Jungle Pocket. Because Jungle Pocket is iconic. But like, Jungle Pocket's not gonna be here till like 2027. So I really shouldn't be that like attached to her. Because she will not be here until like more than a year. Ah! Sniffs. Have I seen the TM Opera O alt coming up? I have. I really like New Year's Opera O. I'm saving some coins for New Year's Opera O. But I mean, I also really like Oguri Cap Christmas. But I feel like I need to save for TM Opera O. I'm just really hopeful that when I pull for Opera O New Year's alt, that I will get a version of Oguri Cap at some point. Because I really, really like Oguri Cap, and I haven't pulled her at all, and I don't understand why she won't come home. And I'm really hopeful that at some point when I'm pulling for New Year's Opera O, that I will get my Meisho Dodo that I've been waiting for. Where is Meisho Dodo? I pulled for her so many times, she didn't come home. Where is Meisho Dodo? My cute little girl. I love Meisho Dodo. She is so soft. I love her funny little ahoge. I like when she crawls on the floor and it's so funny when she hits her head and her boobs jiggle. But also, she is so soft and she likes cats. And I think she's so comforting. And she's very cute. The curse of pulling for New Year Haru Urara instead. That's okay. I understand pulling for New Year's Haru Urara. Can't wait to get Amin Ai in 2030. I know! I love Amin Ai. I think she's so pretty. And I love her. I love her design. I love her singing voice. Her singing starting voice. Her singing in Starting Force is so good. I really, really love the cover that she does of Starting Force. But I can't believe she's not going to be here for so long. My eye. Do you guys get this? When you guys are sick, do your guys' eyes feel warm? Well, it's one of those things I was talking to Yui about yesterday and she was like, no. And I talked to Lemmy about it a couple days ago and she was like, no. But, like, when I'm sick, my eyes feel, like, really warm. It's like they're, like, heated. They're, like, being cooked. And I didn't know if that was something... Not like bloodshot. They just feel like they're like, warmed. Like, spicy. Oh my gosh, I was also gonna say, guys, I was thinking of doing a stream where I learned how to do a freaking... The whole stream is dedicated to learning how to do Pecora impression. Until I sound like Pecora, and I call the stream Becoming What Yui Wants Most. Because we were watching last night, Yui and I were watching the Pecora Rush concert. Because Pecora just recently did a concert. And I was like, throughout the whole concert being really annoying and trying to speak like Pecora. And it was so funny. What is it called? Masaki! It won't hurt my throat. It's more like just listening to enough stuff that I can slowly move my voice high enough to replicate her. And eventually, if I can replicate it well enough, then when I stream with Yui, I can pull out a Pecora impression and scare her. I could play a game where we're like, I could learn how to do an impression of Pecora, and then we'll be doing a game where we're in a contest against each other, and I'll be like, no, Yui, you can't hurt me. I'm Pecora. You can't hurt your Oshi. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I'm your Oshi. Oh, you can't possibly kill me, Yui. You wouldn't hurt your Oshi, would you? Do you see this shit, Peko? I can be whatever you want me to be, babe. I know, right? I could be your Pecora. I could be your diamond. I just thought it was so funny. It's because we were watching the Pecora Rush because I forced her to watch the Nerissa birthday stream with me. And she was like, well, now that we watched your Nerissa B-Day stream, we have to watch the Pecora concert. And I said, okay. Any take for you. And then Nerissa had that scene, because I saw that on my Twitter timeline, that there was the Nerissa clip where her, like, boobs explode. And I was like, I need to see this birthday stream. What the frick is that? Like, the bingos go bongo. I was like, holy crap! I need to see this freaking stream. What's going on? Yes, her bongos destroyed that freaking wall. Because that was her B-Day stream. There's an animation where, like, she's angry and then her boobs explode through her blouse and the button hits the wall and destroys the wall and, like, flips over her father. And I was like, there's no freaking way that's real. Oh yeah, it's real. Oh yeah, it's real and it's glorious and beautiful. She's so gorgeous. She's so iconic. And then she, like, goes straight into singing this amazing hot song and I was like, shit, that's crazy. Oh my god, if only I was rich, then I could buy her birthday merch. I'm not rich though. Her birthday merch is so cute. The Kigurumi. Oh my god, I was like, shit. Disgusting. I'm just a disgusting poor person. I can't buy her freaking overpriced merch. Well, actually, if the freaking tariffs weren't that bad, actually, I could probably buy her merch. But the tariffs are really bad. Can you imagine buying, like, all of the stuff on her birthday list, but then, like, you have to pay the tariff plus international shipping? That would literally kill me. That's crazy. Does SVP take gifts? They do, but normally only at, like, the bigger cons, like Offkai. We thought she couldn't stop us all from entering her room. Oh, how wrong we were. That's how it is. You gotta break in. They were so cute. I don't know what it is about the jailbirds design that I just think is so, like, oh my god, the jailbirds design is so cute and round. And when they're in 3D, I think they're even cuter. They're, like, so puffy and squishable and steppable. You could definitely step on them and kick them. They're like a soccer ball. It makes me feel really aggressive. I don't know why she designed a mascot that makes you feel so aggressive. When you see a crybaby, you don't want to kick it. You want to, like, pet it and brush its hair. But something about jailbird design makes you kind of want to step on them. And I don't say that because I'm a jailbird and I want to be stepped on. Because I don't. I like being taken care of. But I definitely think that the jailbird design calls for stuff like stepping. And I say that, and I have a literal on my desk, I have... Oh, wait, sorry, it's hanging here. I have right here a freaking gosh darn jailbird's keychain. I love it. It's such a little guy. No. Oh my god, I hate coughing. Oh my god. Would you want the onesie? Yeah, it's so cute. It's so comfortable and warm. You don't like kigurumis? What about when you're cold? What we have to do is get a Crybaby plush? I don't know. Make it worth producing. That's the hard part about I wear PJs. Oh, do you wear like actual branded PJs? I just wear big shirts and sweaters. It gets cold. Well, I mean, do you guys not get cold enough just being in normal weather? I was about to be like, am I just a baby? You know, I was like, well, I think have bad circulation. I'll wear in the summer like a sweater to bed. That's the challenge with any merch. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of merch. It's like, if it's a unique piece of merch, you have to be able to make the sales to make the production cost. You know? The coldest it could get around here. You don't think that 35 degrees Fahrenheit is crazy? 35 degrees? It drops below 50 degrees and I'm wearing a sweater to sleep. On top of my blanket and an electric blanket. Once it starts hitting 50 degrees, I start having my blanket plus my electric blanket that you go to bed every night. Maybe a t-shirt. But it's freezing! 35 degrees is when it starts to snow. Once it starts snowing, I start wearing socks to bed, I wear a sweater, I wear long pants with fleece, and then I have my blanket and my electric blanket and my heater. Only time I've worn sweats to sleep was negative 10. Negative 10? I've never experienced anything in a negative before. I think I'd rip my skin off. I think I'd walk outside and let the cold take me. It'd be too cold to be alive. Sometimes when it gets to like below 30, if it ever does, I literally think to myself, I think it's time that I just die so I can stop experiencing this. This is too cold. Ugh. I lived up north for a bit and they have cold winters. That's disgusting. Negative temperatures aren't that bad if there isn't any wind. Doesn't even matter if it's not any wind. I remember, I think it was 12 degrees. I was walking my dog in 12-degree weather. He was wearing little boots and a cute jacket. He was very cute. But it was 12-degree weather and I was like, I gotta take my dog for a walk. And it was so cold that my face felt like it was burning. And I got these electric heaters that were for my hands, and my hands were really cold, but my face was colder. So I started just holding them up to my face, and then I would switch between rotating them in my face and then putting them back in my hands and my pockets. And the whole walk, I was like putting them above my face and then in my pocket, and my face and then my pocket. I was like, I can't wait to go home. My dog has a blast though. He loves the snow. He loves running in the snow. He loves jumping in the snow and biting at the snow. And I think he's crazy for it. Our veins are smaller, so they circulate blood worse? Really? That would make sense. I think my family runs cold. My father was also very cold. Like, when I was growing up, like, my dad would be like, here, let me help you when my hands were cold. And he would grab my hands and I'd be like, no! And I'd pull my hands away. I'd be like, Dad, your hands are cold! Don't touch me! He'd be like, sorry, I was just trying to help. It's like, don't! You're not helping! Your hands are cold too! He was very warm, like, he looked like he would be someone that ran warm, but he was someone that had very cold hands, very cold skin. But he'd always be like, he was one of those guys, you know, who would always be like, I'm not cold. And it'd be like really cold. And he'd be wearing like no sleeves. And he'd be like, I'm not cold. But then I would like feel his skin. I'd be like, you feel cold though. But he'd always be like, nah, it's not, I don't get cold. That doesn't happen to me. We go to like the ice rink and he'd be wearing like a t-shirt. And I'd be wearing like a full-on like overcoat, like I forget what they're called, trench coat. I'd be wearing like a trench coat and a long sleeve and leggings, and I'd go ice skating with him. And then I'd be like, Dad, aren't you gonna be cold with your t-shirt and jeans? And he'd be like, nah, I don't. And then he'd have like a vest over it, and he'd be like, nah, I don't get cold. I'd be like, okay. And when we go ice skating, and I'd be like, my dad was a much better ice skater than I was, but be doing all these sick tricks and going around and flying around the ice, and I'd be like doing laps like a loser because I never got good at ice skating. And I'd be like, Dad, aren't you getting cold? You're going really fast. You'd be like, I don't get cold. Honestly, maybe my dad was a chuny. Maybe he was a chuny. I'm not a chuny, but my father was a chuny. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I get my slight chuny mannerisms from him. He was totally trying to play cool. I assumed so. Like one time he visited me, he would visit me with my mom for like a college thing. He came up, and where I live now is much colder than where I grew up because there's actual winter here. And he visited me, and like it was like really cold, and my mom was wearing like 2 jackets, and she was like freezing, and my dad was like wearing a long sleeve with a vest and gloves, and he was like, I don't need a jacket. And I was like, are you sure? But then every time we were like walking outside to get to like the next place we were gonna like visit, as I was giving them a tour of the city, he would be like, rubs his hands together, breathes into his little hands, and I'd be like, are you okay? He'd be like, yeah, just keeping my hands warm. And I was like, are you sure you're not cold? You don't have a jacket? He'd be like, no, I'm not cold. It's just, you know, hands are a little different. And I'd be like, all right. Whatever you say. It's just a little chilly. Not cold or anything. Cold's embarrassing. Chilly is just... It's just a slight bother, you know, obviously. You know what? I make fun of that. And I, like, say shit like that. And I make fun of him for that. But... Wah! Mad Strokes, thank you for being a member for 7 months! I love your yapping sessions. Here's to another month. Thank you! Thank you so much! What's it called? He would, like... I make fun of him, but I did this thing once where, like, a couple of my friends visited me from out of town. And they were all from, like, warmer states. Too, and, like, I like to say that I've adjusted to the cold. Which might be a lie, but I love saying that I've adjusted to the cold. And they visited me, right? And I was like, I gotta show them how strong I am. And so instead of wearing my big jacket that I always wear when it's cold, I started wearing my thin jacket because I wanted to seem really cool. And instead of wearing my warm tights, I wore my thin leggings. And instead of wearing my big heavy sweaters, I wore my light long sleeves. And we were hanging out, and they were like, oh my god, Toko, you're so impressive because you don't need a big jacket. Wow, you really adapted to the cold. That's crazy. And I was like, oh my god, I know, thanks. You know, it's just what happens after, you know, living somewhere for a while. Wow, Basil! Thank you for being a member for 2 months. The snow gone white on the mountain tonight. Oh my god, not a footprint to be seen. I kicked out of my isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. Rub my belly. Sorry, holy crap. Kill myself. Sorry, I did say that. In Minecraft. I can't do this anymore. Why am I streaming? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my head? I can't do this anymore. Oh! I'm losing my mind. I'm losing it. I can't. I'm losing it. I can't. What am I? Oh my god. Someone give me a better thing to say. I hate that phrase. Someone give me a different phrase. What's a better phrase? I missed the ton saboru. 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 I'm not gonna start saying 6, 7 all the time. I don't want to. Oh my god. Shinda. Shinda, shinda, kyoma shinda. I love Shinda. That's a good cover. I liked that one. Do you know the Newt Newt? Yeah, because I was on Tumblr. I was on Tumblr. 6, 7 are my lucky numbers? Really? Damn. Can you imagine being lucky enough to have your numbers get, like, pop cultured? Like, oh, you lied. Oh, I didn't get that. I just believed you. Because you said it. Why would you lie to me? What? No more connections tonight? Brandon, I never started playing connection. I put this on my screen and I haven't done a single thing. I literally was like, I should play connection so that there's something visual on the stream to keep people entertained, and then I never started playing. This has been sitting on my screen. I haven't done any connections. I thought I was gonna do connections because I was like, people will be so bored. I was like, people will be so bored if I'm just talking this whole stream. Like, why would I do this stream if I don't have connections? Then people are gonna get bored. I thought it was a JPEG. No, that's a website. This is real. My mouse can go on top of it. It goes on top. Just grab a Subway Surfers and paste it in the corner. I was like, I don't know. I gotta have something moving on my screen, and I put something that's literally someone thought was a PNG on the screen. Sometimes I'm like, I wish I had, like, you know how Lemmy has like her roach cam? Sometimes I'm like, ah, damn, I wish I had like a cam of like some sort of like freaking like animal that I could just put on my stream, and like you could just have it in the background while I talk over it. Like, yeah, like technically if I take this freaking Windows capture and I do that, like, yeah, the lamp sways in the background, but I wouldn't call that entertainment. It's just the lamp moving. My cat cam. I wish my cat was in here. Is she in here? No, she's not in here. If she was here, she'd be on the tree. The tree. Oh yeah, there's a train that comes by on this background. I love this background so much. Isn't it cute? I really like this background. I think it's like a really, really cozy vibe. It reminds me a lot of a college dorm, I'll be honest. It kind of gives the vibe of college dorm. I will say this is kind of how I had my dorm set up, except I didn't have plants because I can't take care of plants. And I didn't light candles in my dorm because it was illegal. You can just stick something on your tail again. My god, I remember when I did that, that was kind of crazy. I don't even know how I did that. Can you imagine? I just do this. Wait, watch this. I'm like, here's your entertainment for the night. And I just... do this. And he just runs next to your chat the whole time. Here is your entertainment. It's just him running. Oh my god, wait, I have to put him behind. Front. Abba-dabba-dabba-da. There we go. That's him. Look at him run. He's running. To where? I don't know. Live Crybaby cam. Can you imagine? I designed like a little box of like the box, but then I put up new background every night that he's running in front of. And it's like, where are you running? Where are you going? Every night in the area where the connections box was is a live Crybaby cam and a new city that you're running through. And you can guess with no help from me what country I put behind you that you're running through. I never really got into Subway Surfers, and I don't really understand why people like Subway Surfers so much. Is there a reason? It's gotta be Cali. It's gotta be Florida. That has to be China. That's so 100% Japan. I really liked playing that GeoGuessr game. I was getting so motion sick, but I really liked it. I started getting really motion sick because we kept having to freaking go around 1,000 different places just to get out of the gosh darn countryside. I was like, can we please spawn anywhere but the middle of the freaking highway? We get a rainbow to be a crybaby? What's a rain? Oh, you mean like the MLP? The Thunderbolts? Sorry, Thunderbolts? The Rainbolts? Oh my god! Rainbow is like the pulp of GeoGuessr. Oh! Oh, is he that guy that I see in the shorts sometimes where he sees a 1 pixel of grass and he's like, that's Canada. Is it that guy? He'll see like 1 leaf. He'll be like, oh, that's Australia. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, did you guys know that he was in the video that I was watching yesterday? Last night, I was watching... Where's this video? I actually had this pulled up because, where is it? I'm cold. I'm so freaking cold. It's by this person named Chupel, and he does like these documentaries, and he did one that's called Why the FBI Wants This TikToker. And apparently he's friends with that guy, and like he sent this picture of where this TikToker was, and he asked his friend, the GeoGuessr friend, where the guy was, because he was thinking the guy was lying to him, and he was like, that guy's in Russia. It's a really crazy, like, mini documentary, honestly. Here. You can look at this. It's a really good one. Though I will say, the better one of the ones I've watched from him so far, because I've only seen 2 videos by this guy so far, the better one that I really liked is called Havana Syndrome Explained, where he went really in-depth into Havana Syndrome. That was a really good, like, YouTube mini doc. I really like watching like YouTube mini documentaries on stuff when I'm like doing stuff in the background. And can I speak like without like a weird half accent that just appears when I talk? I don't know what it is, but like I'll be talking, see that happen again. I'll be talking and then I'll start like taking on like slight parts of different dialects, and I don't know why, because I literally have the like West Coast American dialect, like. And I don't know why I like ever add any other sound from a different dialect when I literally know that I have a West Coast dialect. Anyway, I was watching this one's wow, my model's freaking out. That's Crazy Town. Crazy Town, Crazy Town. Crazy town, da 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 da, crazy town. Sorry, I'm closing apps on my phone to see if I can fix my tracking. There we go. There was oh my god, wait, I should check. I should check to see if there's anything that's weird about the picture of my egg drop soup, and then if there's not anything weird about my egg drop soup, then I can show it to you. Is this a safe picture to showcase? It is. I can send it to myself, and I can show you the egg drop soup I made today. I made soup because I was cold. Every time I take any picture, I always try to make sure that it doesn't show anything that's like doxable. Because like, if it's a reflective surface like a soup, then I don't want to have like a reflection in it. Let's see. Where's my soup? My soup. My soup. Soup, 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 soup. That is the one downside of like VTubing, is like I always have to like check to make sure I don't like post to accidentally show you guys a picture that has like a reflection in it. I didn't have to think about that before. Now I think about it all the time. Okay. Here is my soup. I made a big soup today. Look, there's my soup. Soup. I made egg drop soup today. No, it's egg drop soup. So it's like a, well, I guess it's chicken flavored, but it's like a chicken flavored broth with I guess cornstarch slurry, so it's thicker, and it has a bunch of sesame oil and white pepper in it, and then you, when it gets thicker, you add egg and then you stir it so that the egg gets all gloopy like this, like strings. Because I really wanted pho, and then I mean, I have the rice noodles to make pho, so maybe I could make pho. And then I looked at all the recipes online, and they were all like, making pho takes about 1 hour or more. And I was like, frick! No, I'm not patient enough for 1 hour. Not today. So I was like, what soup do I think would take less than an hour to cook? And then I was like, oh, what about egg drop soup? I probably also would have really loved hot sour soup. But definitely, like, I didn't know that pho took like over an hour for the broth. I was like, holy moly. I'm not hard simmering a bunch of chicken stuff. I'm hungry. So when I was thinking about stuff to eat, I didn't eat for like most of the day, and then I was like, I'm getting really hungry. And also, I'm really cold. And I was like, maybe I like could get like, well, I was like, because all the other food in my apartment is like kind of like grains and stuff. I mean, I guess rice noodles are grains, but not in the same way, you know? Yeah, pho and other soups that heavily depend on bones for flavor do need the long simmering. Yeah. And I was like, I wasn't thinking about that. I was like, I mean, pho is such a thin soup. In my head, I was like, it's just such a thin soup. There must not be much to it. And I forgot about the fact that just because it's thin doesn't mean it doesn't have to simmer for 20,000 years to taste good. Because I have all of this vermicelli noodle that I bought last year because I wanted to make spring rolls, and then they only came in like giant packages, so I have a bunch of rice noodles left over, and I was like, I could make pho. And then every time I look at how long it takes to make pho, I'm like, I'm not gonna make pho. But I was so bad at wrapping the rolls, I haven't made more of them, so I just have a bunch of vermicelli noodles. Because the wrapping takes like 20,000 years for me. I'm really bad at wrapping them. I don't know how people wrap them so tightly when I go to the restaurants. They're always like so well wrapped and beautiful. Like, I can easily fold like wontons, and I can like fold like breads, but I've never been able to really fold the rice paper it like always rips. Like every time I try to like make it all pretty and tight like they do in the stores, I'm always like, and then I lift it up and it rips in half and I'm like, this is disgusting, horrible, mood down. Oh yeah, wrapping sushi rolls can be hard too. I remember like the first, so there was a time where I was like, you know what I'm gonna do since I love natto is I'm gonna make natto sushi at home. I bought sushi wrapper and like the long sheets of nori, and then I was making it, and it's like it took me I think 4 different rolls to actually wrap one well, and I was like, well, the rest of these will just have to be freaking ugly. Oopsie daisy. Do I know why? Absolutely not. But I couldn't make it work, and I don't know why. I've never had it. I wonder if it's available in my neck of the woods. What the? Oh, it being natto? Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like most Asian grocery stores have natto. As long as you have like an Asian grocer, they probably have it. Like, all of the like Asian grocery stores I go to have natto. It's good for your internal biome, your tummy biome. Like, I just like it because I think the flavor is good, but it is very healthy and good for you. Though they do warn, like, I think, for, I guess, like, men, they shouldn't have, like, too much of it, I think? Or something, because of, like, estrogen? I found the rice paper wrapping okay, but it's hard to get it really snug and tight without ripping. Yeah, maybe I was making it too tight. Yeah, it's normally in like what is it called? That like white, like it's like white and you can't it's you break and it helps with wrapping other things, and the ice coolers are made of it. What is it called? The white styrofoam. It's in styrofoam normally. It's normally in like a styrofoam container, like tiny portions in styrofoam. Oh, my neck, my neck. Oh. When I move my neck forward, I can feel my the back of my neck hurt. I bend my head forward. I don't know if you also get this. And I don't think it's from how I'm sitting. I think, well, I mean, I'm not sitting straight. Hi! Hi, Carl! Good Monday evening. Good Monday evening. 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 Good evening. Phew. Honk shoe, me. That's how I feel. I had like a really hard time sleeping last night because I had like 3 different dreams. Like, every time I went back to bed, I had another dream. And I had a hard time falling back to sleep every single time because it was so freaking cold. And I woke up this morning and I was so freezing cold and my bones felt painful. So then I emailed my boss and I was like, I can't come to work in person today. I'm using my sick leave. And he was like, okay. And then I felt bad because I was in pain and I didn't want to get up from my bed to get the Dayquil. So then I was like, I'll just keep lying here and being sad about the fact that I know that if I could just get stuff, then I would feel better. And then I didn't. And that's a good metaphor for life. I feel very sad. I'm so sorry. I hope that you're able to find ways to cope that are healthy. And that you're able to allow yourself to feel sad. I think some of the hardest things in life is allowing yourself to feel bad for the amount of time that you need to feel bad. Though also letting yourself like push forward as well is very important. What is it called? The like the like what is it? What is it called? the word. Oh my god. Try to remember the word of the containers. If you do go and buy the freaking natto though, I definitely 1000% recommend you get the one that's like a orange container with a bean on it. Or you will want to get the one that has the ume on it. Because the flavored ones are better than like the ones that aren't flavored. Because when it doesn't have flavored, when it's not flavored, it's not like that tasty. But I mean, I guess everyone has their own opinions. My cousin likes to eat it from like you can buy them in like big piping bags and then like pipe natto. But I feel like that's a lot of freaking natto. Like, but she will buy like ones that are basically in a piping bag and then she'll like pipe natto around like a bowl, which is that's a lot. But that version of it isn't flavored, and so I don't know how she eats that. But most of the time, if you buy the styrofoam packages of the natto, they like have different packaging, and so the ones in like the orange packaging and the ones that have ume on it are like the flavored ones. Also, there's ones that have ginger on the packaging. Those are really good too. Ginger flavored natto is really good, and it's very good for your gut biome, so I recommend it. There are a lot of different, like, ginger though. What do you mean ginger though? Ginger's really good for you. Ginger is a very good food for you, and it helps with like your general like ability to do things like, well, at least to me, I feel like ginger really helps with like allergies and feeling lethargic and breathing. It helps with nausea. Ginger is a really amazing root. It makes things taste good. I love when I get sushi when I have like a big package of ginger to eat as like a cleanser between each bite. Not because I want to cleanse my palate, but because I like the way that the ginger tastes with the sushi. And you know, I didn't even like buy it for most of my life until like about 2 years ago. Every time I got sushi ginger with my food, I would just toss the ginger at the end. And then one day I saw this stupid ass TikTok. And the TikTok said, "You're missing out if you're skipping the ginger." And I said, "What?" And so I thought to myself, I'll definitely try the ginger next time I eat the sushi, since they're telling me in this TikTok that I'm missing out. And then I tried it, and it was really good. And I thought to myself, I've been wasting so much ginger my entire life thinking it was trash, when it actually tastes really good. Yeah, ginger and sushi. Like the sushi ginger. Snuffle. Ugh, my back. Okay. But sometimes you bite into a ginger chunk expecting a meat and then you get chunks spared. What? When? When do you ever bite into a ginger chunk expecting meat? I just want to actually know, what recipe do you get that? When does that happen in a recipe? What type of food? But like, yeah, the ginger flavored natto is like, just, it tastes like natto, and it still has the mustard and like, I don't know what other sauces that they put in it, but then it has like a little bit of ginger tang to it, so it's like kind of like bright. It's like a bright natto. Hot pot or some stews. Oh, I guess for the hot pot I could see that, though I don't ever like. I feel like I anything I know that I didn't put in, I just don't take out. And then I always, when I go to hot pot, I always get the tomka flavor. I love tomka flavored soup. Tomka is so good. I want to learn how to make it. One of my friends, IRL, the one I always hang out with on the weekends, she like always cooks once in like at least 3 to 4 times a year. She'll invite me over and make tomka. And every time she makes tomka, it's so good. And I eat so much of it. And I always feel bad because if I really like something she makes, then I get like seconds and sometimes thirds. But like I know that her boyfriend, he like loves eating. And like I can watch the fear on his face when I get up for my third bowl of Tomka, because he knows that he's not gonna have much left. I can see the fear in his eyes. But I was there first, so it's mine! You haven't been her friend for 6 years! That soup is fucking mine! That's my friend! That's my soup! I can always see, because like whenever I'm invited over for food, she's always like, Toko, you can take as much as you want. Don't let him make you think you can't have as much food as you want, okay? And I go, thank you. And then I watch him look at me in fear whenever I get up to get more food. Because he's always hungry, but I don't give a shit. That's my friend and that's my food. My friend is like one of the best cooks I've ever had the whole life. She's so good at cooking. I wanna reach my head into her head and then steal the information of how she cooks food, because I just think that she just cooks food and like I don't know how she does it, but it's like everything she's ever made has tasted phenomenal. From grilled cheese to tomka soup to spaghetti to bread to cakes. She'll make like the best spaghetti I have ever had. And I don't know how she does it. Like in theory, it's just freaking bolognese pasta, but her bolognese is like, there's this really nice restaurant in town that I've gone to a couple of times whenever when some of my family visits, and it's like really expensive. And I think their bolognese kind of tastes like crap. But like my friend's bolognese tastes like a god like touched their finger into the broth and said umami, and then it's like an explosion of flavor. And I'm what do you call it? I'm like slack-jawed. I don't know a better word. I'm flabbergasted at the ability she has to make every single food that she's ever made taste like it's made of like liquid gold. It's so good. Every time I go over to a place and she says, I'm cooking dinner tonight, I'm like, I gotta go. I need to leave. I need her food. Like, I just have never had a friend be able to cook that well before. It's like a hobby. You know, it's a hobby. She doesn't work in the food industry. She's never worked in the food industry except for, like, coffee. She was a barista at one point, but she mostly worked like in retail, but she's just like likes to cook for her people. Everything she cooks is so good. And she made our friend's birthday recently happened. We went to like get pizza last week, and she made a birthday cake for them, and it was like a Earl Grey chiffon cake with whipped cream frosting, because she knows that cream cheese frosting makes my stomach hurt. So she made whipped cream frosting, and she added a little bit of the Earl Grey flavor to that too. So it was like a super Earl Grey cake, and it was light and it was fluffy, and it had like the slightest hint of or Earl Grey throughout the whole thing. And like it was like slightly tinted purple, but it wasn't like tacky, and she like made the whole thing look really pretty. The name alone put me back $100. No, she makes the Earl Grey extract that she puts in her coffee and cakes. She makes it at home. She makes all of her extracts at home. Like she makes this homemade pistachio extract, and then like when I come over, she'll make me lattes. So she'll make me like a pistachio latte or a Earl Grey latte or a lavender latte, and she makes all of those like extracts and syrups that she puts into the coffees at like her at home, because she thinks it's too expensive to buy. So then she makes it. which I think is kind of insane to make like the like pistachio syrups and the lavender and Earl Grey syrups by yourself. Yeah, she makes her own syrups so that she can save money and control the flavor of it more, which I think is kind of crazy. And then she makes like cakes with them and makes coffee with them. Like last year for the same friend's birthday, she made them a lavender Earl Grey bundt cake with like this crystallized sugar syrup sort of like design, like sort of like spread over it in like this really cool like pretty pattern. That was really cool too. That was really tasty. And then for me, when it's my birthday, normally she makes me either a strawberry shortcake because I'm a very simple person and I like strawberry shortcake. Or recently she's been making me tres leches cakes because I really like tres leches cake. She always offers to make me a tiramisu cake because it's my favorite cake, but I always tell her not to go through the effort because I really don't want her to. I would hate to set her back multiple hours just because she wants to make me a tiramisu cake. But it's my favorite cake. I know, tres leches cakes are so good. I like, every time she makes me a birthday cake, I end up eating so much of it and then my tummy hurts after. But it's fresh cake and it's such good cake. And I just tell myself it's my birthday, so it doesn't matter. I can have as much of it as I want. That's my excuse every time she makes something and I keep eating it. I just go, well, I mean, I don't eat this every day. I might as well just eat more of it. I keep eating it. Because, like, if I'm at, like, a function or I'm at work or something and I'm, like, having a snack, I'm almost like, well, you know, you don't really need this. Like, you know, you're gonna go home and have dinner later. Just stop. Stop snacking. And I go, okay. And I stop snacking. But whenever it's one of her foods, I'm like, I mean, it's like, not like I get it every day. I can just keep eating it. It's how I feel at Hot Pot, too. If I go to Hot Pot, I'll always be like, well, you know, like, Toko, you technically are full right now. And then I go to, like, I talk to my body and I'm like, but you don't get Hot Pot that often. You should probably eat more of it. I mean, the whole point of Hot Pot is to keep eating it. Like, you're supposed to keep eating until you feel like you literally can't stand. You're not supposed to give up. And then I'll be like, okay, I'll keep eating. And then I keep eating. Just eat now and skip dinner, then eat dinner later anyway. I know, I mean, I mostly tend to only eat, like, a small breakfast and, like, a bigger dinner. So I was kind of like, you know. And I try not to eat snacks. So I'm like, well, this is a special occasion. So I always think about Hot Pot, even though I don't always get it. And every time I think to myself, I really should just learn how to make it. Because I can make sukiyaki, but sukiyaki is really good, but it doesn't have the same hot, spicy vibe of like a good tomka soup. Like a rich, creamy tomka soup. Which is like the main thing that I like about, like, basically most of Hot Pot is just that the tomka soup flavors the meat. And I can have all the vegetables that I want. And I can get, oh, my favorite part! Bean curd roll! I love fried bean curd roll! I wish I could have fried bean curd roll at home! You know, it's sad to say that I also never got fried bean curd roll until I saw, get this, a TikTok! I saw a TikTok, and they said the person who was reviewing this like hot pot place was like, but you know, like, even though you always get meats and stuff, my favorite item on every hot pot menu is the fried bean curd roll. Don't knock it till you try it. And I was like, why would I ever try something called fried bean curd roll? But then I went to a hot pot place with my friends, and it was on the menu, and I was like, damn, I never even paid attention to the fact that this was on the menu before. And I was like, well, should I order this? And I asked my friends if they would eat it, and they were like, not really. And I was like, damn it. But then I thought to myself, well, I only get hot pot like once in a blue moon. I should just get it so I can try it, because otherwise I'm going to be waiting for like months before I can try this again. So I went, okay, I'll just buy it for myself, the whole platter of it for myself. Which, by the way, was only like 6 of them. So it wasn't really that big of a platter, but I got the platter and I dipped it in the hot pot juice, and then I ate it for the first time, and I was like, damn, I've been a fool. A gosh darn fool. Ever since I found out about hot pot, I've been a freaking fool, skipping out on the gosh darn bean curd roll. How stupid. It's so good. I can't believe I would do that. What a mistake. I had all of this space in my tummy that I was filling with vegetables when I could be eating fried bean curd roll. I honestly like it more than the meat. And I don't know why. The texture is just so good. It kind of feels like I'm chewing on like a really wet sopping, like those like things that they pack in like, you know, when like they ship you like a frame, and then like because it's glass, they wrap it in that like white thing, that like that sheet that they cover like glass in when they ship you it. It kind of feels like that, but in my mouth, and it's wet. But like it soaks up all the soup, so it tastes good. But the texture is like that like white styrofoamy thing that they like cover glass in. You know? Do you know what I mean? I gotta find a picture. You'll understand and you'll empathize once I show it to you. Then covering picture frame. Image. Why is this so hard to find an image of? Picture. Packing. Thin covering picture frame. Image. Yeah, this thing. Copy. You'll understand when I show it to you. I promise. Look at this. It looks like this. Like this thing. It feels like this texture. Do you agree? Say yes. Do you not agree? Say yes. Say yes, I understand. Yeah, the half foam wrap thing. It does it not? The texture is like this. I don't know what that is. What did I miss? I said this is what the... I think this is what fried bean curd, the texture is like this, but then it's like tasty because it's cooked in tomka soup. We're not talking about eating foam. We're talking about fried bean curd roll. And how the texture is very unique. See, this time I made very good metaphor. Not scary metaphor. Very smart, intelligent metaphor. Don't you think? It was plastic last time, right? I don't eat plastic. I like that dots have the texture of wax and plastic, but they taste like candy, guys. It tastes like candy. I don't eat rubber. I had rubber once when I did not follow it with... I don't eat rubber, but I had rubber. I had rubber once only when they accidentally put a piece of rubber spoon into my apple muffin from Jamba Juice. Speaking of, I really want a smoothie. Thinking about Jamba Juice made me really want a smoothie. I haven't had a smoothie in years. I feel like an actual like Jamba Juice or like smoothie that like is made by like a smoothie store. I haven't had a smoothie in like years. Like at least 2. The last time I remember going to a smoothie shop for a smoothie was like in like 2022, honestly. Like I've had ones I've made at home, but those are like more like acai packets. I don't count that. That's like not really a smoothie. like a nice like good smoothie. An Orange Julius. I did go to an Orange Julius once, but it was absolutely not as good as Jamba Juice. Would you call it like? Would you say that Jamba Juice mogs Orange Julius? Is that how you say it? Or mogs on? Is that how I would use that term? Mogging is, I think, a facial expression that represents like the cooler person face. Just mogs works. Okay. Jamba Juice mogs Orange Julius. Controversial take by Toka-kun. I actually don't think it's that controversial. That's like a pretty normal opinion, isn't it? Jamba Juice is pretty sick. I used to get Jamba Juice all the time as a kid because my father really loved smoothies. And he would make his own for me. Like, my dad loved his blender. My father would make my father would make smoothies almost every morning for himself. Like a breakfast smoothie sort of thing. And he would... A Smoothie King? I've always wanted to go to a Smoothie King, but I've never been to one. I've never even seen one. But I've heard so much about Smoothie Kings. I've never been to one, though. I can't stand a not hot breakfast, not gonna lie. Yeah, I like a hot breakfast, but I do like smoothies. My father would make this really, so the thing about my father's smoothies that were always very interesting to me was that every smoothie he made was very watery. Like, it wasn't very thick. Like, you know how, like, a smoothie you get from a smoothie shop is, like, thick and sweet? Like, my dad's smoothies were very watery and, like, fruit forward. Like, natural fruit tasting forward. Like, they were... Well, yeah, he didn't add, like, he would add, like, a splash. He'd add, like, the world's tiniest splash of apple juice. And then, like, a bunch of ice. And water. Because he wanted them to be healthy. Because my dad was kind of like a health nut. And so, it'd be mostly ice that made it into a liquid. And then fruit. Frozen fruit. And it had the most unique texture. I've never had a smoothie with the same texture as the ones my father made. But, like, I would eat them and I'd be like, you know, thanks. I love you, Dad. It's one of those things where it's like, your parent makes you food and so you don't want to not drink it or eat it because you didn't make it. So it's like, what are you, ungrateful? So I would eat it and I'd be like, oh, thanks, Dad. But every time it would be like a hot summer day, or even if like we were out at night, sometimes my dad would be like, you know what we could do? And I'd be like, yes. And he'd be like, we could go to Jamba Juice right now because it's on the way home. And I could get a peanut butter smoothie. And I'd be like, oh my god, yes! And so my father would take me and I would always get the strawberries wild smoothie. And my father would always get their protein one that has like peanut butter in it. And for the longest time, as a kid, I would crap on him for getting peanut butter in his smoothie. And then I grew up and went to my first like smoothie shop as an adult, and I was thinking of him and I got peanut butter in my smoothie, and darn near, I must say, it made it taste real good. And I was like, I'm a freaking bitch! And And I messaged my dad and I said, I'm so sorry for ever telling you that peanut butter in a smoothie was bad. It's really good. I used to like I still do this sometimes actually with my mom, but like I literally like a lot of the time ever since I moved away from home, I'll sometimes just make decisions on what I want to eat based on if it reminds me of my parents. Like if I see something that reminds me of my mom or my dad, I'll tend to buy it or eat it. And then I'll take a picture and I'll send it to them. So like I forget what it was that my mom once really said she liked and I said I didn't like it. And then I bought it because I was thinking of her, and then I ate it, and it was actually really good, even though I used to think it was disgusting. And I took a picture and I said, Mom, I was wrong. This is actually very tasty. And then she sent me a laughing emoji and said, that's what growing up does to you. Or like sometimes at a restaurant, I'll order something that my dad would like, and I'll be like, look, I ordered this because I was thinking of Dad, or I ordered this because I was thinking of you, Mom. And then she always goes, you should just order what you want. And I'll be like, well, I wanted it because I was thinking of you. Peanut butter in smoothies is the best. Yeah, also I found out that peanut butter tastes freaking wicked in an acai bowl. Sometimes in the summer I make acai bowls for breakfast instead of like eggs and toast like I normally have. And they never taste as good unless I put peanut butter in it. Peanut butter in an acai bowl is so freaking good. Like granola, honey, and peanut butter on the side, as well as peanut butter in the acai bowl mix is so good. I do that, and then I put like some blueberries on the top or some blackberries on the top, depending on what I have in the fridge, and it's like such a good treat. Good summer breakfast. Though I will say my blender at home that I grew up with is a way better blender than the one I live in the apartment of right now. What's your opinion on Roblox? I think Roblox is a fine game, but I don't like playing it that much. But I get brain rotted every time I do play it. I'm lazy, so I just do granola from a bag and yogurt. Oh my god. I just can't eat yogurt with just granola. I need like granola on top of like a acai bowl or granola with milk. For some reason, I just don't eat straight yogurt. I think it maybe is a texture thing. Well, I guess if I put honey on it, maybe I would like it. I really like honey, but I very rarely find an excuse to eat honey. Oh my god. Speaking of things that my parents would just make for me, I still remember back when I forget the reason. I think my father was influenced by another parent he had talked to. But there was a period of time where every morning I would wake up, and this happened on two separate occasions in my life, where for a while every day I'd wake up and my dad would hand me a shot, like a tiny glass, not a shot, but like a tiny glass, and it would be apple cider vinegar mixed with water, and he would go, time for our morning shot of apple cider vinegar. And then we would clink glasses and I would chug apple cider vinegar because he told me it would make me feel better, and then it would help with my allergies. And I did that for like 6 months, and my allergies didn't get better. And then, at a different point in my life, my father had this bag that smelled foul. And every day, I would wake up, and he'd give me a little glass that was clear with a little bit of cloudiness. And he would make me clink with him, and I would drink it. And it was like freaking warmed up water with diluted sulfur. And it smelled like trash because it smelled like rotten eggs. And every morning I would drink a shot of that with him. And then I would eat breakfast and brush my teeth before going to school. And he was like, it's going to get rid of your allergies. I did it for like 6 months and it didn't get rid of my allergies. And I still don't to this day understand why anyone would think that drinking sulfur would solve your allergies. In what world would sulfur fix your allergies? I just actively want to know. But the same with apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is just vinegar. Why would vinegar do that? But I mean, my parents are also the type where, like, do you remember those holographic balance bands? I forget what they were called, but like I remember as a kid there were these bands that had a hologram on the inside, and a lot of sports people would wear them. And one of my one of like the people who lived on my street, because we used to like host like every night, basically every, well, it was like every other night. The people from my block that like had dogs would come and visit my house because we had a yard, and they would have their dogs play with our dogs, and then the adults would all hang out outside. Like my mom and dad would like talk with the other adults, and I would stay inside and like play on my DS, or sometimes I would sit outside and play on my DS. But there was like one of them was like always a part of like a new thing. Like once it was like smart water, which I think smart water is like an MLM or something. But then it was like these holographic bracelets. What are they called? They're like holographic bracelet. Yeah, these like power balance. These power balance bands things. Ion sports bracelet. Balance band. Oh yeah, these freaking loser looking things. Oh my god. These freaking balance bands. Look at this. Let me pull this up. Why can't I just drag my mouse enough? Look at, okay, that's one of them. My mom and dad had one of those. And we also had one of these. Look at these freaking balance band things. And like he was my family member, but he was visiting enough to be a family member. But the person on our street who was always like being influenced by like different stuff, like he was influenced by smart water. So for a while, like he was drinking smart water and telling us that it genuinely made you smarter. And then there was a time where he was into these like crystal bracelets, and those were like, I'm pretty sure those were fake crystals, but he was convinced that he was getting a real deal on these crystal bracelets. Because I know crystals can emit an energy, but the price of the crystals on the bracelets, I was like, I don't think this is real. Then he got into these dog collar. This is not a dog collar. This is a Big Papa John. This is a ion hologram wrist bracelet for power balance. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a holographic bracelet. And then like my father and mom, because my parents were like kind of into sports, they met from volleyball, and so like they like literally like they bought like 4 of them each, and then they bought me like 3 different colors, and they were like, you know, Toka, because you're kind of uncoordinated, like this might really help you with dance classes. And I was like, huh? Well, they wanted me to have like, they wanted to have enough colors to match outfits. You know, you don't want to wear the same one every day. So like I had a pink one, I had a black one, a gray one, and like a white one. And my parents had basically the same colors that my dad had. Like I think an orange one, and he had, because he liked orange. And then like there was an orange one, a blue one, a black one, and a gray one I think he had. And my mom had I think the same colors as me. And they would wear it to go do like volleyball with friends, or like when they worked out. And they would also do physical therapy, so they would do it at physical therapy. But then for me, they were like, you should just wear it to school. They're like, you should probably just wear it in general. Because I was really accident prone as a kid. I was always tripping and falling. So they were like, you should just like freaking wear these. And I was like, all right. And they were like, here, test it. And like, I put it on my wrist, and I swear to God, nothing happened. I don't think anything happened. I'm 1000% sure that this is just a placebo effect. That is just a sticker. But like, they were like fully under the impression that if I wore these freaking bands enough, I would certainly be more athletic. They were like, maybe you'd stop tripping over your feet if you wore these, and you would stop falling when you play at recess. And I was like, I don't really think so, and I don't think it did. I don't think I think it didn't work because you didn't have one on each limb. You're so right, Finale. If I had worn one on each of my ankles and my wrist and also around my neck like a dog collar, like Papa John wants, then maybe I wouldn't have fallen so much. I obviously needed to invest in these companies and ask them to please make different sizes and ones that are clip-on based. Can you imagine? They come back, but each time it's like, but this time, there's a buckle. Oh my god, new invention. It's the same bracelet, but this time, you can slap it on or slap it off, just like those freaking slap bracelets. I'm creating the new future. Hologram, but it's a slap bracelet. Can you imagine a slap bracelet version of a hologram? The hologram slap bracelet? That'd be something you'd see in an anime. Like, it'd be like the transforming bracelet. Oh my god, that'd be such a cool magical girl transformation item. A slap bracelet. I will say, the slap bracelet was something I thought was kind of fun. I mean, I never really wore them outside because it was kind of embarrassing to wear a slap bracelet. But they were really fun to actually, like, slap on and slap off. I was never really that trendy. Like, but I owned trendy stuff. Like, I had, like, silly bands, which I also think were kind of a scam. They were just rubber bands shaped like animals, and then when you took them off to look at them in the shape that they were, then it was the shape. But then, like, if you, like, wore it, then it wasn't the shape that it was anymore. And so, what was the point? That's what I was saying about silly bands. It's like, yeah, like, it's cool that the band is in the shape of something, but then as soon as you actually want to wear it, it's not the shape anymore. So what do you do with them? Then you're just wearing a rubber band on your wrist. And it's not that cool looking because it's deformed. Did you have a fidget spinner too? I did have a fidget spinner, but I didn't buy a fidget spinner. I was given a fidget spinner. I got one as like a door prize. I forget what it was for, but I got a fidget spinner as a door prize. But I don't really like the fidget spinner that much. I did have a fidget cube, but I liked that one a lot more because it had like a worry stone in it and it had a clicker. And I like when you could do I liked the light switch click. And I liked the little rolling ball one. That was also really good. Collectibles? I guess that's true. I wonder if I still have. I also, well, what I like more than my fidget cube is I have this Nido. I like the Nido. I think the Nido is really good. I like Nido. I don't know if I would like the Nidrop, but I like Nido. Like the square one, the cube. There's like a Nido Dream Drop or something. But I don't really like that one as much. Visually, to me. I prefer the shape of the Nido square. I don't buy too many, like, fidgety items, but when I first saw a Nido cube on TikTok, I was like, I think I need that. I was like, I think, unfortunately, I might need that. Mine was black and white cube with a lot of mess with. Yeah! Mine is a gray and black one. Took a fidget spinner when? I don't want a fidget spinner! Fidget spinners are so lame, they can only spin. That's not a sick trick. That's like a one-trick pony. It's not even that cool! If I could have a fidget toy, I think I would want something that was in the shape of a Crybaby. What's a tech deck? Tech deck. I've never heard of a tech deck before. Oh my god, my fingers are aching. That's so funny. Tech deck. You ever just have that? Like when you're sick, when like you're like the joints of your fingers just start like aching and it's like a womp 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 sort of feeling. It's like at your joints and the fingers. Oh, this is the fingerboarding thing. I never did the fingerboarding thing, but I had a cousin who really liked this. It's like a skateboard. I never got into skateboarding. I tried once and I got really scared because I fell off and I was like, shit, this is dangerous. A little dangerous, my friend. You know what I mean? But what was it called? I would like I almost broke my wrist. Yeah, skateboarding is kind of crazy. I feel like it is so unassuming. Like, it makes you feel like you wouldn't, like, you look at it and you're like, totally, I wouldn't end up accidentally almost dying from this. But then you start to do it and you're like, oh, geez, Louise, I might actually die. Epic mention. I did that without even consciously thinking about it. I just did it. I don't know what's wrong with me. My eye. Wait, I'm looking. I'm looking at something. I'm getting hungry. This is crazy talk. Here we go. Tech decks were like finger skateboard, but they had a bunch of different designs. Yeah, you know what I did have? I had like these... So I don't even know what they were because they were all hand-me-downs, okay? They were all... Oops, sorry, don't look at that. That's just why... Don't let it break your immersion. That is just shoes. Don't let it break your immersion. I had these cars that were like Transformers, but they were Japanese. And my cousin got them from like some sort of... Sorry. Every time I cough, I can feel it like shake my brain. But she got them from these like, they were like from this like Japanese store, and I like never knew what brand of Transformers toys they were, but the cars, when I like was trying to like match them to the Transformers I saw on the cartoon on my television, they didn't match. But I had these really cool like mini like Hot Wheel sized Transformer cars that were like the size of a Hot Wheels, but you could transform it to be like an actual like mecha sort of thing. And I used to play with those all the time, and to this day I still don't know what freaking show they're from because they weren't Transformers, or at least they weren't American Transformers. I also really used to like well, first of all, I used to like these toys that... Ow, my ear. I used to like this toy that was like these magnets that were balls, and then you would like put these little sticks to them, and you could build like big structures out of like the little ball magnets and then like the stick magnets. And they kind of looked like, if you've ever watched Big Hero 6, how like the robot thingy that kid made to rescue, where it was like a little thing with a main thing and then the sticks came out of it, like it kind of looked like that. But those things, I used to love making monsters out of those. But that's a completely unrelated thing to the fact that I was going to say that I used to have these Digimon figures where it would start off at the rookie level Digimon, and then it would you could like switch around parts to it and then make it into like the mega form or the ultimate form. Like I used to have a oh, what was his name? It was like, he was the one that became like Hawkmon, and he would like start off as like that little bird, and then like you could clip on like two other things and like flip out parts of his wings and his back, and then he would become like a transformed version of that rookie, like Hawkmon. Oh yeah, Hawkmon. And then he would digivolve into Hawkmon transforming toy. This one was my favorite one. Yeah, this one. Okay. It did this. Where it like literally like it would like have this main part, and then it came with the little shell that looked kind of like the Holzmon, and then you could like clip it together, and then it would become like the other type, the other full body of it. Oh, magnetics! Yes! I loved magnetics! They were so fun! And then I also had the one that would become... Where's the Firebird? It was like... Garudamon. Yeah, I had this one too. Where it would go from Birdramon to Garudamon. I had this one too. This one was super cool. And then I had one that went from... It went from... What are the names of it? Digimon line. I had... Rapidmon Transform Toy. Rapid. Yeah, this one. And then I had this one that could turn from Gargomon to Rapidmon. And that one was really sick. Like, look at this. You could like full transform him from the one side to the other. And it was all shiny and metallic. And I liked that one too. I had so much fun playing with those Digimon. I was a very big Digimon fan growing up. I honestly think I watched Digimon Tamers more than I watched Pokemon. Because I just really liked the vibe of Tamers. I think the story really interested me and stuff. And I was a huge fan of Renamon! I was just like a super huge fan of Renamon. In a normal way. Alright? Don't take this the wrong way. I just really liked Renamon. And like, I just have to say, just so everyone is, you know, familiar with it, I will say, did you notice that Renamon, like, literally, like, had the coolest, like, Cubimon was so cool. I was a huge fan of Cubimon. Cubimon was so cool. And who else? Oh, you saw a life-size statue of Renamon? That is iconic! Oh my god, the whole line. I also had a, like... I also had like a... I had like a slight crush on Rika as a kid. I thought Rika was so cool. Like, are you telling me you don't think Rika is hot? Well, I mean, as a kid, I thought she was hot. I thought Rika was so cool. You know? Really? You didn't think I would like Rika? But she's a tsundere. Me love a tsundere. Why is her stream not popping up on my... Oh, it's because it's ended. It's just on YouTube, it's showing me that she's still streaming, which is kind of crazy. Oh no, she's still streaming. Why is it not showing up? I was looking for someone to raid later who's just started streaming so I could have it. And then for some reason it's not showing up on the back end. Oh, that's crazy. I can't even raid into her. That's crazy sad. Kira Killjoy! I'm gonna DM her. I'm gonna say, give me freaking raid privileges to your channel. Monsieur. Monsieur Kira Killjoy. Kuro 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 kuro. Kuro kuro kuro. Kuro 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 kuro. There she is. Ew. She better read my freaking DM. Freaking hates me. She's so cute. I'm such a fan of Kira. I know, she's so locked in. I've never watched a water park sim. Is this just like that one game? What's it called? What is it called? The one where you clean the ground. What's that game called? I can't play it because it's in 3D. The one everyone plays where they clean with a big tank. Yeah, Power Wash sim. It kind of looks like that. It's way more hectic, is it? Hibike fanfare. Ba 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 ba. Ba da 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 ba da. Ba da ba 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 ba. Ba da da ba ba ba. Ba da da ba ba da ba ba. Ba da ba da da. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah. Oh my god, I have to check if Yui Usachi, did you put up your PPP room? PPPPP. PPP PPP. She hates me! Where's the PPPP cover? Yui! Usachi, Yui! PPP, PPP. PPP, PPP. Can you imagine not posting the cover room for your cover? That couldn't have been me last week. That totally wasn't something that I didn't do. I'm like trying to like softly cough so that I don't like make my head hurt when I cough. But anyway, okay, we're gonna end the stream soon because my head feels really warm. But what was I gonna say about this week? We're gonna manual raid into Kira because she's not reading my DM, so we'll just have to manual raid into her. Wait, what? Yeah. I have no perms to raid into you. I'll manual raid you. We're gonna friggin' manual raid into this girl. But before I do that, you should know that if you haven't checked it out yet, recently I did a cover of Goddish, and I guess I'm proud of it or whatever. It's not like I want you to watch my cover of Goddish. It's not like I care if you watch my cover of Goddish. It's not like it matters to me at all, and I didn't put a lot of work into it, and I don't think it's that important if you check it out or anything. I don't really care or that much or whatever. And Axia totally didn't put out a cover of this song called Shinda that goes Shinda Shinda Kyomo Shinda something Tanichai Soda Kara Kara Nata Karara Wahahahaha. And then on Sunday I'm going to be streaming with Yui. And then we're going to raid into our cover of PPPP. And at PPPP, you will watch it and then you will like it because I think you'll like it. And then you're gonna raid into Kira, who's really sick, nasty, cool. Because I like her, and you're gonna raid into her because I give you this link and then you'll raid in. And the manual raid messages, Crybabies, manually love you. Love you. And it's this sheep. And this heart. And we'll raid into her. Are you ready? And then I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to play Uma Musume. And then I'm gonna come back from Thanksgiving trip and we're gonna play Dispatch on Saturday. And then we're gonna play the collab with Yui, which I don't know what that is yet. Don't ask me. Okay. Let me make sure that my raid is turned off from actually raiding you into someone else. And then we'll raid. I'm dying. I'm not dying! I don't know why I keep saying that. I just feel sick. It's not dying. That's just life. That's life. Okay! I will see you guys all soon, alright? 3, 2, 1. Woo!